Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jody. My husband David John and I have a small farm in the panhandle of North Idaho. These are our stories and adventures. And as you can tell by the title, David John picked up a camera and he's going to show you the farm from his point of view. The camera he used, he didn't have the microphone on it, so when I'm done, you're probably going to want to turn the volume up a little bit, make it a little easier to hear him, especially since he is soft-spoken, and then he didn't have the mic on, but it's pretty fun seeing the farm through his eyes. So, on to David John. Bye, guys.
Morning, everybody. Today is July 26th, and Jody asked me to make a little video. So I've been sitting around reading the great news of the world, and I'm just not motivated to do really anything. That kind of sucks. But as of right now, I'm going to put this out for a little sun tea. Well, that'll give us a little bit of black tea for later, or me, because Jody doesn't really drink the tea. But I like it. Iced tea. I'm going to throw 3 of those in there. Put that out on the deck and let it naturally do its thing. Brew from the sun. So today in North Idaho it's fairly warm. So it's scheduled to be about 100, but I think we're going to get to about 98 here in the woods. But we'll see. Like I said, it all depends on the last little bit of the heat hitting us in the afternoon. So what Jody asked me to do is just to run around and do a quick little my own version of farm check. Just kind of show you what's going on out there and where we're at. And so that's what I'm going to do for you today. So come along with our little fun journey, and I'll show you all the cool stuff that's going along in Moose Flats Farm. So we're going to start out out here in the front yard here and just kind of spin around. So last year it was really horribly dry, and what we did is we actually went through and put in a bit of seed here, and the main thing what we were shooting for is along the blacktop here is to put in some clover, with the idea that we would eventually be able to bring the birds out and they could just kind of mow down on it. So the dogs are barking and all the normal things of life, but we'll walk around and start from here. So this year we actually went through and hacked a bunch of this hedgerow out and added some dirt along the bottom, filled it all in, so it's doing better. But again, last year the dryness really affected it. And as I spin around over here, we got Kiesel in the shade, and then on the edge of the shop here, the lilies are just coming up, getting to where they're popping out, looking pretty. So, and then as we pan across, so up here to the seed shed there, I know all that stuff is looking pretty good, so we'll stroll this way. So Jody's little deck boxes got their flowers in them, looking pretty cool. So we're just going to roll up and take a look as we come out. Hopefully the lighting will get us there, the garden look from this angle. And as we roll over, we've got the naturally heated hot tub. It's pretty warm, and we've got all of our stuff here off the deck, and we'll go over and see what the bathing beauties look like. So we've got our tea is brewing there, and we changed the deck to green this year. I'm going to step up here, hopefully get the right lighting here for us. We just kind of roll around and see what we got. All the greenery that we keep in the seed shed for the winter. And we roll down see if we can see some fishes for you here. Kind of a weird lightings. These guys are doing good this year. So this year Jody added some more fruit trees over here in the corner, and then along the fence. Last fall we put in, she put in grapes. So there's a couple of grapevines there, and as we look down the fence line, a couple down on the end. And the plan is to have them just kind of creep along the fence, and on the other side that's the the foul area. As we come around, we've got our little shed. She's got her new bush there, and as we come around, we've got some cool stuff on her seed shed here, and then we'll go up and take a look at that. And again, just another angle of the garden out this way. Alright, so the seed shed, she's got her pepper tower there, just some fun flowers there, and then went ahead and painted the floor in this guy green. So she's got it kind of prepped for canning season this year, and we're kind of ready to go there. But the main thing right now is just letting it air out from all the spring, when unfortunately all the moisture gets held in from germinating the small plants. So we'll go out into the garden here. We better show our Buddha decoration here. It gets overlooked a lot, but back when I was planning a pond and all of that, I used the dirt, or a good portion of the dirt, to build this mound up. And where Buddha sits there, that's the top, and then behind Buddha, which would be back, that's our main waterfall, and that aerates the pond for the fish and does a nice job of circulation. And then over to our right here, it's just the bog. And this year we pulled it completely apart and pulled all of the bio, cattails, everything out, and started over. So it doesn't have as many as it normally would. It's doing its job. It's capturing the green algae that will usually float around in the pond, and this lets it settle, and we're able to drain it down and vacuum it out. And of course in the bottom of this has got pea-sized gravel, so it works as its own filter. So that's the idea behind that. So behind us, where I was there at the bog, so we have our apple trees, which are now budding out with some apples. The one right underneath this pine, for whatever reason, for the second year in a row, really didn't put on that many flowers, so it didn't get that many pollinated, so we don't have a lot of apples on that particular tree. These are the 5 ways from Costco, so they've been grafted with the 5 different varieties of apple, and they do pretty good. The only thing about these guys is, we should have got twice as many, and hindsight always says, you see 20/20. So taters over here on the back bed, which is over here, they are kind of drying up and kind of petering out, we'll say. Jody's new rose over here off the trellis is doing great. Some of the herbs in there, we got garlic, and then over on this side some more garlic, and then this is the angle from all this where the dried beans are. Some of the new stuff is this year Jody put in the trellis that's right kind of in front of us here. I don't know if I can get my finger right somewhere, if you can see it there. It looks pretty good. The decorative pine we've hacked back to where it's just a nice decoration, and we'll take a stroll back that way. So just a quick little angle of this guy here, where she's got her little fence along the tree here. It looks really cute. And that was just some inexpensive stuff. Some of the window boxes around the shed are looking great. And we'll just see if I can walk without being too bumpy. So as we come out, we've got again some more of our other apples and what have you going there. Some of the little tomatoes are just getting ready to go and looking good there. And again, just kind of some of the whimsy of it. The corn over here in the back corner doing okay. The little roses that we've had for a couple of years are by far putting on lots of roses. They look great. So, and we'll just pan around here. And the zucchinis and squashes. We've got tomatoes all along the trellises here. And some of this winter squash are starting to go across the path here, so it gets a little jungle-like. So it's going to be a little fun to pick those guys out. So we've got some sunflowers, finally getting some size on them. And as we pan around, just strawberry bed just did great this year, much better than ever before. And we'll truck up front. So Jody said that I have to pick this guy on camera and eat it. This is their first Sweet 100 for the year. So I don't know if I can get enough light on there, but we'll check it out here. So very tasty. Just like adult candy. Yum. So our ongoing tic-tac-toe is, as we go through our funness of the day, one of us will put our player on, and next day or two the other one will put their player on, and we play a little fun over the course of time game of tic-tac-toe. Well, on the other side of the duck area here, which is the other side of the garden, we've got more of these little small roses, and then behind it is our new pear tree that definitely likes where it's at this year. It's doing well. So some of these ducks are here in the shade. Across to my side there, we have that perennial sunflower, which is right here. And then we've got some foxgloves, and Jody's just got some stuff stuffed in the window boxes to make it look cute. And of course we got the big grapevine down there that's finally doing some great things. So we've got rhubarb back in the corner here, whiskey barrel that I think has at this point really nothing great growing in it. We've got some more of the lilies that are just popping there. Down in front we've got just some fun flowers. Jody's got some roses, petunias, and probably a little bit of herbs in there that's just spontaneously decided it was wanting to grow. And then we'll pop in just to see how warm the greenhouse is. Alright, we'll see what kind of lighting we have here, and then we'll go kind of just pan around. So this year, after everything got moved out of here, she's put buckets of soil back in and then planted tomatoes. The idea behind that is, you know, if the weather gets poopy and the stuff gets frosted out, we're still going to have a few of our tomatoes. There's some peppers in here. She's got some other funness. Some of the roses that are going to eventually get put out. But doesn't look too bad. Fairly warm in here. The shade cloth definitely helps. And then we've got a solar powered fan that's running behind us as it evacuates. And of course on the storm door we have the window all the way down to let that light, or not light, but heat out. So on the left here we have some more of this knotweed that we chunked up and put in here just to give us a little shade. And then down on this side, all of these totes here are asparagus. and of course it's now off to seed. But it's just about now getting to where we might get some asparagus next year to actually consume. And then as we go over, we've got a nice big chive pot that just keeps putting off chive seeds. That's the matriarch. It's been around for a while. It's been dug up and moved. So inside the hoop house, she's got her peppers and dropped in there and all the way down. And then on the far down there, we've got carrots, but the beans in the middle here have pretty much dried up, and she's just letting them go so we can collect the seeds. And then over on this side here, again, more peppers all the way down. So the the shade cloth on this definitely is something you're definitely want to have to get if you're doing a cattle panel hoop house and you get any kind of warmth. It just gets so warm in here that you've got to have shade. Your stuff just goes so quickly to bolt. One of the things with the carpet on the ground level is we can wet it and it will keep it a little cooler. I'll be working on here on this end. We've got 2 solar fans that come off of the greenhouse solar, but right now I've got to do some maintenance and switching stuff around. A couple years ago I bought new panels, and we're going to add a couple of batteries, and we'll get a video of that so you can see what's going on there. It might be something of interest. So again, just the back side of the garden there, where she's got the stuff going on. The birdies are parked in the shade there. Again, pretty warm. Sweats are rolling down my hiney, that's for sure. So as we go over, and again, the little quick movement there, but the grapes are coming on here. These guys here, let's see if I can get you in there. So these are just little table grapes, seeded. So it'll be fun to have. But it's finally been in long enough that we're going to get some harvest out of that guy. We're over in Noiseville here. See if I can just get a quick video of what we got going on. And you got these noisy boogers here. They're talking. So, yeah. They're all headed over to the pond, I believe. So in the path between where the hoop house is here and the regular house, if we put in clover, so it is starting to come up. This whole area did at one point have grass, and then the birds came in and pretty much pulled it all up. So we're starting over with this stuff. Hopefully this is going to be something that'll last and give the birds something to chow down on and not be able to completely kill it out. So we'll have to do a little bit more of the soft grazing, put them in, take them out, put them in, take them out, but it's getting there. So I think we're going to actually get a few of the raspberries. This is just one little small bunch of them, and this is kind of where they used to be, and then we ended up moving them back over where the geese were at by the White House. And I didn't point that out, but maybe I can run over and get you a quick video of that as well. So they're just starting to come on here. Last year, again, it got so hot that we, didn't really get that many. This year, we're only supposed to have about a week of this heat, and then it's going to go back down in the 80s, so that should be good. I think with a combination of these guys here and with the strawberries and all the other stuff we got, we'll have some fun stuff to make. I'm thinking like maybe a jelly or a jam, so. Well, we'll see if the lighting here is okay. So that's kind of just my little tour. Whether I announce it here or Jody cuts it out, we'll see. But we were thinking of starting the channel with kind of a reboot, and just try to talk about, you know, the tidbits that will definitely help those folks out, and kind of reiterate for those people that have been watching the channel for the years that we've been on. We're going to go back and repeat a bunch of stuff, but for all the new people, we think it's kind of cool to be able to repeat some of the stuff. As you go and watch the video, there's a lot of infrastructure that we've put in, and you know, if you're from the outside, you'd see just this pile of stuff that's looks overwhelming. And you know, for the average Joe, which is us, you know, what I always say is, you know, you just start at one corner and work your way through it. Just whittle away at it. You know, do some small stuff, and the small stuff pretty soon gets bigger and bigger. You know, sometimes you put it in and you rip it back out because it wasn't what it was going to be. You know, we do a lot of repeat. The duck area, the / chicken area, has gone through a lot of evolution. You know, started out with just a little tiny thing, and then got bigger and bigger and bigger. Same thing with the garden. The garden was just a very small, you know, hobbyist garden, and it's morphed into what we have now. And you know, we're able to do, you know, crop rotation in it. You know, my theory behind the garden was don't plant anything you're not going to eat, and then of course I've changed that now. And of course the theory behind that is make it interesting, so it's a place you want to be. You got free space, you know, plant some flowers in there. It's going to bring in the pollinators, and it's going to bring in good stuff, and then it's going to make you in a good mood because you're going to go out and see what the heck's going on in there. Hey, cool, look at these amazing flowers, you know, that type of stuff. So a year later, I'm still here, so because of my wife. So going back to that, for the people that hadn't paid attention since last year, new people, about a year ago, just over a year now, I had my heart attack and heart surgery, and went through all of that funness. Kiesel's thinking about coming and knocking the camera over here. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, just we're going to think about trying to share some more stuff, and one of our thoughts behind that is, you know, I think there's going to be some interesting times coming up, and people are going to have to go back to what our grandparents did, and they did a lot of gardening in their backyard to make ends meet. And you know, it's getting expensive to do any of this stuff, but if you start small, you know, just do a little small something, even if it's in a tote full of soil, and start with a couple plants. You know, that's better than nothing. You know, we're going to try to share to, you know, if you have the means, and keep in mind we live in northern Idaho, so it's not, you know, real warm typically. The growing season is real short here, and hence we have all the stuff that we have. It's a greenhouse, the hoop house, and what have you. So, you know, we're going to try to share, and like I said, we're try to post through all this funness that's going to be coming up, so that you know, you guys can get ideas of, you know, how to make your ends meet, and hopefully just be inspired by, you know, some of the stuff that we're doing. It's interesting because we don't watch TV as of actual TV. We watch a little YouTube, which is fun. That's how we get inspired by some of the folks out there, and then we continue on with what we got going here with some of that inspiration.
But anyway, hopefully this will work for what she was thinking. So, like I said, hopefully we'll do a sit down with each other and we'll talk about the kind of what we're thinking of bringing out on the channel. You know, more of the stuff that's going to, again, be repeat. We've done it before. We showed a video. Maybe we'll make it a different angle and it comes in and has some interesting photos or, you know, something. Anyway, bye for now, guys.